And the volcano situation is still evolving in Iceland. This was reported Wednesday, April 14, 2010, 4:44 p.m. Reykjavik, Iceland. A volcano under a glacier in Iceland erupted Wednesday for the second time in less than a month, melting ice, spewing smoke and steam, closing a major road, and forcing hundreds of people to flee rising floodwaters. Now, it was mentioned earlier this morning that there would be issues of water flooding, and so that's what's going on right now, is the after effect of that. Authorities evacuated 800 residents from around the Eyjafjallajökull glacier as water gushed down the mountainside and rivers rose by up to 10 feet. That's quite a bit in that amount of time. Iceland's main coastal ring road was closed near the volcano, and workers smashed holes in the highway in 3 spots in a bid to give the rushing water a clear route to the coast and prevent bridges from being swept away. But the water is still flowing down to the ocean, so it will be some hours before we have a better view of what kind of damage has occurred, he said. Scientists said the eruption under the ice cap was 10 to 20 times more powerful than one last month and carried a much greater risk of widespread flooding. This is a very much more violent eruption because it's interacting with ice and water, said Andy Russell, an expert in glacial flooding at the University of Newcastle in northern England. It becomes much more explosive instead of a nice lava flow oozing out of the ground. Civil protection official August Gunnar Gilfason said emergency workers rescued some 70 tourists and visitors trapped near the volcano since Wednesday morning. He said the party, including Norwegian visitors, are now safe in a tourist facility, and officials are trying to transport them out of the area. That's good. No lives or properties were in immediate danger. Scientists said there was no sign of increased activity at the much larger Katla volcano nearby. Iceland's meteorological office said a plume of steam rose at least 5 miles into the air. Dang, that is a lot. Scientists aboard a Coast Guard plane that flew over the volcano said the new fissure appeared to be up to 1.2 miles long. There were no immediate signs of large clouds of volcanic ash, which could disrupt air travel between Europe and North America. Some domestic flights were canceled, but Iceland's international airport remained open. Wow. The volcano, about 75 miles
Let's raise a glass to raising oranges the natural way.
Silence that.
Here's to growing oranges on our own soil.
Boy, some of these words are really hard. That must be a hard language to learn. Reykjavik erupted March 20th after almost 200 years of silence. Oh, I love flying in helicopters. It's so cool, but I cannot imagine flying around that. And it's kind of dark to see, but I don't know. I would think that the flooding is horrible, but man, if you've got fire being spewed up into the air, it's kind of almost maybe a relief to have water and ice nearby, even though that causes damage too. But my goodness, flying fire, that's scary. I didn't know that Iceland was a big volcano spot like that. To call it Iceland as, you know, a land of ice, you think it's like very, very cold. Anyways, that's the update on the volcano situation.